Have you ever wondered, why did Captain Rex mark up his helmet with those strange tally lines and painted sigils? Were they a grim record of battle droid kills, a tribute to fallen brothers, or something far more meaningful? Rex wasn't just another clone. He became the very face of loyalty, honour and sacrifice in the Clone Wars. His helmet is one of the most iconic in all of Star Wars, but the truth about the marks it carried is deeper and sadder than most fans realise. Today we are going to debate the real meaning behind Captain Rex's tally marks and his Jaig eyes, and how they reveal the story of a soldier who became something more than just a clone of Jango Fett. Before we dive into this, let me know in the comments, what do you think Rex's tally marks represent? Kills, missions, or fallen brothers? I'll be watching your thoughts, and it'll be interesting to see which theory most fans side with. When the Clone Wars first aired, many fans immediately wondered about the little tally marks painted across Rex's helmet, and in 2011 Dave Filoni himself gave us an answer. In an interview with IGN, Filoni explained that Rex was meant to be portrayed as a hardened veteran by this stage of the war, and that he's got little kill marks all over his armour. At first glance it made sense. From the Battle of Christophsis to Umbara, Rex had gunned down wave after wave of separatist battle droids. What better way to showcase his battle experience than with a growing collection of marks to remind everyone just how many enemies he had taken down? But here's the problem. By Rex's own admission, he destroyed thousands, probably tens of thousands of droids during the Clone Wars. In the Star Wars Rebels episode, The Last Battle, Zeb asks Rex how many droids he shot. Rex laughs it off, saying he never counted and that keeping score was something for other clones, not him. If he'd truly been tallying every kill, his helmet would have been nothing but lines from visor to chin. So if the tallies weren't really about kills, then what were they? One of the most emotional fan theories is that Rex's tally marks were never about enemies lost, but brothers lost. Rex carried the scars of the war more deeply than most, and time again we see how he mourned the death of his men. He never forgot Heavy, who sacrificed himself on Rishi Moon. He never forgot Fives, whose desperate warnings about the inhibitor chips went unheeded. He clung to the hope that Echo might still be alive, and when he learned Echo had survived, Rex's emotional breakdown showed just how much survivor's guilt he was carrying. In the Bad Batch arc of the Clone Wars, Rex even tells Anakin Skywalker, "Sir, I have watched so many of my brothers fall during the war, and I try not to hang on to any one of them." That statement captures the weight he carried, a commander forced to bury his men again and again. So could the tallies have been his private way of remembering them, a way to silently honour the fallen, without letting his grief consume him? It's a powerful theory, but as we'll see, Rex himself may have left us another clue. In the premiere episode of The Bad Batch, we get another take on tally marks. After Clone Force 99 returns from their mission, Wrecker immediately scratches a new mark onto the wall, proudly declaring 11 more successful missions for Clone Force 99. The tallies weren't about kills or losses, but missions completed. That detail changes everything. If the practice of marking missions was common among clones, then Rex's helmet could have served as a living record of campaigns fought and survived, not the number of enemies he killed, but the number of times he and his men came back alive. Think about what that says about Rex as a leader. He wasn't concerned with counting droids, and he didn't need to remind himself of the brothers he lost. What mattered most was the missions they endured together. Every tally was a reminder of survival, not slaughter. But while the tallies may remain open to interpretation, there's one mark on Rex's helmet whose meaning is much clearer. The striking sigil painted across his visor. The Jaig eyes. The blue Jaig eyes painted across Rex's helmet are not just decoration, they're a symbol, one of the highest honours that can be bestowed upon a Mandalorian warrior. In Mandoa, they're called Jaig Suharise, which translates to Shriek Hawk Eyes. They were traditionally awarded by clan leaders to soldiers who displayed exceptional bravery in battle. When Jango Fett became the template for the clone army, he and the Koival Dar trainers carried this tradition into the GAR. For the clones, receiving Jaig Eyes wasn't just about pride. It meant you had gone above and beyond the call of duty, embodying courage, skill, and leadership under fire. Rex wasn't the only clone to receive them. ARC Trooper Captain Fordo, a legend in his own right, bore Jaig Eyes. So did Commander Blackout, and later Mandalorian leader Fen Shisha. But Rex's are arguably the most famous in Star Wars, because they became part of his very identity. By the time of Star Wars Rebels, his armour was a patchwork of scavenged pieces, dented and faded, but the Jaig Eyes remained, a permanent mark of who he was, and a reminder that even after the Clone Wars ended, his courage never wavered. If you're enjoying this deep dive into Rex's helmet, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss our future breakdowns on clone legacies, Mandalorian traditions, and hidden details across Star Wars. So what do Rex's helmet marks really mean? The truth is, we may never get a single definitive answer. Dave Filoni originally confirmed they were kill marks, but the Bad Batch suggests they might have been mission markers. Fans and Rex's own dialogue point towards the possibility that they were tributes to his fallen brothers. And maybe that's the point. Rex himself resisted reducing the war to numbers. To him, the marks weren't about counting at all. They were about remembering. Remembering survival. Remembering sacrifice. And remembering the cost of a war the clones never asked for. The Jaig Eyes, on the other hand, leave no doubt. They are proof that Rex was more than just a clone soldier. He earned the respect and honour of Mandalorians themselves, becoming not just Captain Rex, but a warrior whose courage echoed far beyond the end of the Clone Wars. Every line, every mark, every scar on Rex's armour tells a story of the brothers he led, the missions he survived, and the bravery that made him more than just CT-7567. His helmet wasn't just protection, it was a canvas of memory, honour and survival. And in the end, that's what makes Captain Rex not only one of the greatest clones in the Grand Army, but one of the greatest soldiers in the galaxy. Let me know what you think Rex's tally marks really stood for. I'd be interested to see what you think. Next week we will be diving deep into the debate of whether Vader was stronger as Nightfall Vader or suited Vader. You won't want to miss it. If you are enjoying these videos, consider becoming a channel member, and let's uncover the galaxy's greatest secrets together. Thanks for watching.